Hi, hope you're doing good. I'm your host Jason. In this video, I'll be showing you exactly how to set up Zoho Procurement step by step, from creating your account to creating approval workflows and managing vendors. If you're new to procurement software, don't worry, I'll keep this simple and practical. I've included a link in the pinned comment and description which you can use to sign up for complete free. Now, let's dive in. Once on the home page, I want you to tap on sign up now, and from there you'll be able to enter your business email and verify your account. Once you have verified your account, you'll be redirected to a dashboard just like this. The first thing you'll need to do is go over to the top right hand corner and you're going to tap on the settings cog. After selecting the settings cog, from there I want you to pay attention to organization. And you're just going to tap right where you see locations. You'll be able to enable locations and add in different locations. You can also tap on branding, and from here you'll be able to upload your company logo. And after selecting profile, from there you'll be able to change your organization name if you want, and you'll be able to add in the organization, for example, address and so on, as you can see right here. From this section, you'll also be able to set up the different tax compliance by tapping on taxes from the left-hand menu option. And another thing that I want you to pay attention to is the users and roles section. You're going to tap on users and roles, and you'll be able to add users to the platform by tapping on users. Then you'll go over to the top right-hand corner and you're going to select invite user. From here, you can input their name, email address, then you'll be able to select a role. And by the way, to create a role, you'll go over to the left-hand menu option, tap on roles. From here, you have 4 roles that will be preloaded. To add a new role, you'll tap on new role in the top right-hand corner, and you'll be able to input the role description. Then you can scroll down and you can select the permission that you'll get access to. And from there, you'll select save. After you have done that, the next thing you can also do is add departments. So you're going to tap on departments from the left-hand menu option. For example, I have the marketing department that I created. You could tap on new department in the top right-hand corner, and you could create the operations department, finance department, or IT department. So you'll put in the department name, then you can select the department head, and you can also add in a description. So that's how you'll be able to set it up, and the reason why I recommend this is later on you'll be able to assign budgets and approval workflows by department. This helps to keep spending organized. After you have set up the users and you have also defined the roles, what I would recommend you do next is you're going to start adding vendors. To add vendor, we'll close the settings. Then you'll go over to the left-hand menu option and you're going to tap on the plus in line with vendor. From here, you can add in the vendor first name. After you have done that, you can add in their last name. Then you can also select the salutations. Then you'll put in the company name. So I'll just call it Testcom. And you can put in the display name right here. So I'm just going to be calling it Mr. Marquez. Then you can add in their email address, phone number, vendor language. So we'll select English. Then you'll scroll down, and from here you can add in the address and all of those information as you can see right here. Then you'll tap on save. After you have created your vendor, you can see how it looks, and you can create numerous vendors. Also, by going over to the left-hand menu option, you'll be able to create or add items. By selecting items, you can tap on the plus. Then from there, you can give the item a name. And you can select whether it will be goods or service. And then from there, you can tap on units. For example, if it's good or service, you can select whichever one of these options. So for example, let's say we were to select goods. And I'll just be selecting, let's say, box. Then you can scroll down and you can add in the price. After you have done that, you can select preferred vendor. And you can add the item to the particular vendor, and you could add in a description. You could also add the picture right there. Once you're finished doing that, you're going to tap on save, and that's how you'll be able to create items just like that. Once you have done that, the next thing I'll be showing you how to do is how to create your first purchase request. To create a purchase request, you're going to go over to the left-hand menu option, and you're going to see the option requests, and you'll tap on new purchase request. After you have selected new purchase request, from here you'll be able to fill in the expected date. So let's say it will be Monday. Then you'll put in the delivery address, or it will automatically be populated. You can add in a reference number, reason, then you can scroll down, and from here you'll be able to add in the item. You can select the category, you can add in description if you want, and you can also add in the quantity that you want. Once you have done that, you will tap on save right here, and you can add another role if you want, and you'll be able to add more. So once you're finished doing that, you will tap on save, and you can see that we have created our first purchase request. Once you have created it, if you were to tap on requests once more, then tap on submit in the top right hand corner, you could submit, or you could tap on the three dots. From there you could create a PDF, you could choose to print it or export it. Let's say we were to tap on submit. After you have done that, please select an approver, so you can select the person that will be approving it, and you can see right there approve. So you can see it right there, and you can see view approval role, and you can organize that. If we were to go over to the left hand menu option and tap on approvals, from here you can see the purchase request that will need approval, so we can simply tap on it. Once it is to your liking, you can scroll down and you'll be able to read more about it. Once everything is okay, you will tap on mark as processed. So we'll tap right here, and you can see right there, just like that. Another thing that I want to show you is how to use the budget tracking. So you can go over to the left hand menu option and you can select budgets. After selecting budget, you could tap on new budget. From here you will be able to create a budget, so you can assign department, time period, spending limit. Now when requests come in, you can see how close a department is to exceeding its limit. This gives financial visibility before overspending happens, so you can set up a budget right there. Another feature that I also want to talk about is reports and tracking. By tapping on analytics from the bottom left hand corner, from here you will be able to view all reports, or you can go over to the left hand menu option and you'll be able to select my reports and you can create a particular report. You can also select favorites and you'll be able to see your favorite report right there, and you can tap on create report in the top right hand corner and you'll be able to create a report right here. Now by doing this, you can view your total spending, vendor performance, department breakdown, and you can also see approval pipelines. This is useful for finance and leadership. Instead of guessing where money goes, you have data. Now let's talk about the pricing when it comes onto the procurement software. If we were to select pricing, while you can get started for free to test it out, you can see that their monthly plan begins at $50. Now, when it comes on to pricing, you can get started for completely free and their monthly plan begins at $50. And this is perfect if you have multiple departments that are submitting requests and you need advanced workflows and you want automation and reporting at scale. Now, talk about some common beginner mistakes. First mistake that a lot of persons tend to make is skipping the workflow setup. So to set up a workflow, all you'll need to do once on this dashboard, you could go over to the left hand menu option, and for example we could select procurement right here. After you have done that, you can select purchase requests. After selecting purchase requests, you can tap on the settings cog in the top here and you will select approvals. After you have selected approvals, from here you have a few options. You can either select this option or you could select custom approval and you could create your own custom workflow. So you have different options. The second mistake that a lot of persons tend to make is giving everyone admin access. So I would recommend that you keep roles structured, which is why at the beginning of this tutorial I showed you how to add persons and also how to create different roles. The third mistake that a lot of persons tend to make is not organizing vendors properly and categorize vendors from day one. So I recommend that you categorize vendors. So if we were to leave this page, tap on vendors right here, you'll be able to add in the vendors and you'll also be able to categorize them. The fourth mistake is overcomplicating workflows. So I want you to start simple and expand later. And to create a workflow, you can tap on settings in the top right hand corner. Then from there you'll see automation, and you can select workflow actions. After you have selected workflow actions, from here you have different workflows that you can set up. So let's say, for example, you like to create a new workflow. You can select workflow rules. Then you can tap on new workflow rule and you'll be able to create a workflow. If you would like me to go more in depth into that, I can do that at a later date. Hope you found this tutorial helpful and informative. If you did, remember that I included a link in the pinned comment and description which you can use to sign up. Thanks for watching.